the field for the 2008 Wild Lake Wildcat Marching Band. It's about to play halftime now.
For 7 years
I'm 12 years old and I'm going into the 7th grade. I play percussion.
I'm Sam Nassau. I'm at the University of Maryland and I'm a junior. I play the trumpet and I've been playing since I was in 4th grade.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I play percussion. I'm going into 7th grade.
Hi, I'm Patrick Curry. I play clarinet. I played since 4th grade and I'm a senior.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Stonick. I'm a sophomore at Smith College, and in high school I played the contra alto clarinet.
Hi, I'm Dana. I'm a senior at Wild Lake High School, and I play the bassoon. I've been playing for 7 years, and now I'm on the drum line.
The music does affect the intellect of every individual.
Well, we were both in similar classes. All GT and AP classes for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a senior I took 5 AP classes.
Basically we both had pretty difficult course loads. And very similar.
But what my theory is that in our foreign language, this music of communication, that when we make sounds with our musical instrument, we have to assess what that sound is, and we have to evaluate it. So this assessment and evaluation is like instantaneously, because as soon as you take a breath, as soon as that sound's coming, you're thinking about what it sounds like. And so we're assessing, evaluating, and once we make a decision, I don't like this sound yet, then we have to diagnose what I don't like about it. And then we have to prescribe to change something physically to change the sound. And all of that happens that fast. That process of the brain, that cyclic process of the brain, I believe is what's making our musicians learn faster and learn more.
Music was a release throughout the day from my regular classes and then like just seeing everyone and playing and like getting better at the pieces that we were practicing.
The band was kind of an oasis in the middle of our day, especially for me when I had band and jazz band back to back.
Yeah.
It kind of broke up the monotony of like calculus.
It was definitely a nice break. I would have very frustrating classes early in the morning, and then I would get to go to band. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air.
I just think it's fun. It's an extra thing that gets you active.
It's really just fun in general.
People genuinely had fun in band. And I started doing jazz band in middle school, and you had to show up to school half an hour early for rehearsal, because that was the only time that they would do it. That was extracurricular. And so you knew everybody in the jazz band wanted to be in jazz band, because they were waking up early to go to school.
I definitely came into band with a large number of friends, but it kind of grew exponentially from that point onward.
I joined band because my best friend was in band.
I had a friend named Margaret, and we would see each other on and off throughout the day, and then in band, she played baritone horn, and I'd be able to turn around and be like, Margaret, we're in band!
Also sat next to this girl, Eliza, who played the bari sax, and it was someone that I would have never known if I hadn't done band.
In the percussion section, there's 4 other people, and 2 girls I really didn't get along with. But now that we're in the percussion area together, we learned to get along more. It was 3 boys and 2 girls, and we all learned to get along. And now I'm even going over their houses and playing the drum set sometimes.
Freshman year was really great because I was learning a lot from the older people in my section, which really helped me a lot because I was able to learn not only from Mr. D, but also from like Sunny and the people, the seniors and the juniors that were in my section.
We do see when everybody gets along and does the things that they need to do, that there is that they take more, I don't know if you, ownership or wanting to be part of what it goes on. And it works most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, but it depends a lot on the characteristic and makeup of the group, particularly the older students and the leadership that they put into it.
Even if you're not the best, like you personally or your band, because my high school wasn't, just like the performance aspects and like, you know, you're having a good time and like other people with you are, and like you're putting on this show for everyone else, and especially because I get stage fright. So like being able to do that and finding so much joy in it is like crazy how big of a difference it is between like doing it yourself, but when you're with the band, like you have so much like courage.
Practiced hard, and they motivated other people to be on their game and play well. And
you never wanted to let the other players down, and you know, you wanted to always perform at your best.
Everybody is needed in a band. They belong there. Yeah, because it's like I always used to say that people are like, oh, you play a bass instrument, like aren't the flutes the coolest? Everybody can hear them, or those trumpets, they look awful snazzy. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You need
it's
everyone.
like a cake. It's like a cake, right? So you have your bass instruments, and that's the base of your cake, okay? But people, when they walk into a cake shop, they don't buy a cake because the base looks nice. No, 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 no. They look at the icing, and they're like, oh, that's really great icing. But then they slice into the cake, and they're like, a good cake has to have a good base.
And you can't have the toppings without the
So
base.
So everybody's needed, which is really great because everybody wants to feel like they have a purpose.
I like feeling like I'm actually important because I play timpani a lot, and timpani, I don't know, you just can tell when it's not there, like tuba.
Making yourself strong makes the group stronger.
Okay, very good. I need more tuba. Oh, okay, fierce. Here we go.
It requires a lot of teamwork to get like 40 or 50 people to play the same song and play it well.
I mean, there's a certain degree of commitment and motivation, and all of these things, I think, transfer very readily to life, period. Doesn't make any difference what your career choices happen to be.
I think music is another commitment that especially teaches you discipline and responsibility, probably more so than academics because it's more of a team environment kind of, sort of group building experience.
And it's like an obvious achievement, like I need to finish this paper and then I'm done with that, whereas music isn't. If you don't work on it for a while,
then you regress.
That's one of the other interesting aspects of music, is that you have to have a long-term view. You can't just like walk in and suddenly you play great. So you have to be committed for a long period of years to get to a level where you can really get the most out of it. And you can enjoy little accomplishments along the way.
That's true. And the other thing with instruments is that like kind of like a constant struggle to find the perfect sound. Like, I don't know if you can achieve it, and that, like, even if you achieve it, that doesn't mean you're going to have it the next day. And so, like, you always have to kind of keep working at that, and so that means that every day you have kind of your own little goal that if you achieve it feels really good. Like, I love practicing when I have a good sound, and I hate practicing when I don't sound good because it's not fun.
So I'm going to give you 2 F words: focus and have fun.
Bang!
You are experiencing things like learning discipline, and you're learning to be very focused on something.
You master a skill in band, and you're kind of able like to own something about yourself.
You're engaging
something else. If you're a trumpet player, now you got a piece of plumbing in your face and you have to figure out how you're going to connect with that.
I feel as though it takes a certain amount of dedication and persistence to get the specific sound you need to out of an instrument, out of some foreign body, and to be able to contribute a sound that could blend and sound well with a ton of other people out of this metal thing I was holding. It's always kind of cool.
With music, I found that there was a lot of mental components that kind of translated a little bit as well, because you have to multitask as a musician. So you're sitting there, you're reading your notes, you're going, okay, this note corresponds with this fingering, and this, if it's staccato, I have to tongue this way, or I have to, have this sort of embouchure to make, I'm going slightly flat, I'm going slightly sharp, I'm listening to Alyssa, who's sitting next to me. And you're kind of working off of other people.
Even the students that not necessarily are the greatest academic students, who would normally not have the opportunities to feel success and to feel, look at me, I'm doing something that not everyone else does, and I'm being successful at it by being able to express themselves in that way that others can see that, well, this is not just all that I'm about, I have this whole other side.
Being able to express myself in a totally different environment rather than just academically.
Playing music is like a great way to express yourself and to get everything that's inside of you out of you.
Playing my instrument, especially on the flute, was like my biggest fear ever. Like every time I had to play by myself, even for like 30 seconds, was like a huge accomplishment, and it made me feel really good about myself.
Our own personal self-esteem is what motivates us, is what keeps us going, is what gives us our own personal worth. You cannot develop your intelligence unless you have self-esteem.
Well, I think that music gave me a lot of confidence as well as a foundation and something to go back to. But it also is a really great kind of starting point for understanding a lot of things and people that I might not otherwise be able to relate to.
When everyone is like excited about music and we're all passionate about the same thing, and it's coming together and playing music and playing it well, like it just feels really, really, really good.
And it is a cooperative learning environment.
But our interpretation of music in that piece is different than somebody else's. But that doesn't mean that their interpretation is wrong, which that perspective and that ability to relate to people is probably the most important thing that I learned in band.
I love seeing the people in band enjoy themselves and get the ensemble experience of contributing to something that's bigger than themselves.
When everybody sits down and starts playing, and you're a part of it, and it just sounds right, I think that's my favorite part.
Value I see on what we do, and what the great thing is you can come in, you can sit down and play and have that great enjoyment of it and have just a wonderful time, and then be able to go back then to all the academic rigor, but know that you had this respite of time that we all got to sit down and just play this great music.
You can inspire students at any age, and particularly I think at the middle school level, that's when a lot of folks kind of really get connected with it.
I like listening to all the music.
Doing something that you love to do.
You're part of a bigger thing. Band makes me feel happy.
Happy.
Just playing it makes me feel happy.
Band makes me feel secure and safe. And
it makes me feel creative and full and
social.
Wow.
It makes me feel accomplished.
Warm and fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Happy.
Warm. Free. Liberated. We're gonna keep going until we tell the story.
I love